There you go. See, still August 2nd. I have to do a second video because my video disconnected again at 9 minutes. So now, and to me, I interpret it as a plot, because as soon as you separate two separate videos, the odds of one person listening to one complete video where I want to get everything, my symmetry down in neat order so that people can actually understand what I'm saying. Instead, they block me, they cut me off, and then by the time I don't get my full message out, ever. If you look at all my YouTube just since July 21st, since the shooting, they're all separated, and I'd say at least 25% of them all had interferences happen to them. So since I do these recordings spontaneously, there's no rehearsal. I'm not reading a script, I'm not reading cue cards, nothing. A friend of mine told me, well, you should record them separately someplace and then upload them. Well, yeah, that would be nice, and a rehearsed program would be obviously much better and obviously better understood. But then people's attention span is short anyway. I mentioned that in one of my other videos. Their attention span is so short, but their attention span is not short for rock music or rap music or Mexican music or classical music or country western music. I mean, a person will turn that radio on and they'll listen to it as background noise for hours at a time. That's because their subconscious mind is listening, but their conscious mind is not. What? Is that right? Really? I didn't know that. Is that it? A subconscious mind? What is that? Well, that's the back here, fudge. There's a mind back here that we don't use 90% of it, and we're lucky if we're lucky if we use 10% of our brains, but there's more than 90% back here in the subconscious mind that actually runs all our body on automatic. Oh, I didn't know that? Well, okay. Anyway, so anyway, you know, the sad part about all of this is, like I said in my other video, I was talking about that, was that here that school was shut down. The Cyrus girl in Studio City has a SWAT team come out and all that, and it's a hoax call, and they're tracing the number. That's what I said in the other video. I have to repeat it now because I'm not sure that everyone will get the whole video from the other one because they don't know how to follow the videos. If you click the upper right-hand corner where it says relevance, in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, you'll be able to click on that box, and it'll give you three choices. That one will be date upload, and that's the one you need to click on to get my videos re-sequenced so that you see the most current videos that I've done instead of the old ones. Although the old ones pretty much talk about the same things I'm talking about now. All right, so anyway, so anyway, this thing happens over there. Now, my house got attacked in May of 2008, and somebody made a false report, and the person's dad that did it worked for the CIA. Now, you know, that's not a coincidence. Like I said, this government has all kinds of evil programs, and what they don't have control of, they get the lower local police force or the lower dummies to do their work for them by passing false information and false reports, even false rap sheets. Really? False rap sheets? Oh yeah, the police have tremendous power. They can put all kinds of fake stuff on your record. Record? Oh, that's awful. Oh, there's Fudge, you know, his explanation of what's going on. But this stuff actually did happen. So SWAT team goes out there. They actually took it out on me. They never investigated or prosecuted the person that wasted all that taxpayers' money in the city of Los Angeles, sending the SWAT team out there for a totally 100% false arrest, false custody, false taking possessions off my property, false, false, false. So what can I do about it? Nothing. The past is past. They've already done the damage. As a matter of fact, when I finally got back to the house, Building and safety was there to harass me on top of what had happened the week before. So they even one of the sergeants there for the LA Police Squad in the Van Nuys Division, the West Valley Division over here, which is actually not the Van Nuys Division, the West Valley Division, which is on forget the name of the street, Van Owen. He actually talked to the owner of the house I was in at DeSoto and Hart in Canoga Park, and he was trying to convince him, I found this out later, to tell the police to make a false report and say that he never gave me permission to be there, so that the police could come in and force me out of there. Literally, evict me the same day. Not evict me, force me out of there and arrest me for trespassing. They were asking him to lie, Mr. Aurelian. And so he told them, the poor guy is hurting and suffering, and he's protecting my house from getting burnt or having more damage done to it until I get around to figuring out what I'm going to do with it. And you're asking me to kick him out and lie? So he said no. And that pretty much pissed off the police department, because then they had to deal with me for even longer. Which explains why the false report was done on me. The persecution went on and on. Before that, it was at Wilson's Canoga Feed. And before that, it was Pyramid Lake. And before that, it was at the Sunshine Mountain next to the Oak Tree Gun Club over there off the I-5 and the Palmdale Freeway, or whatever, Palmdale Highway. The incidences and my memoirs, I've seen these TV news reports the last couple of days. They're interviewing all these people with books. Well, my book is the YouTube. My book, they should be interviewing me and paying me for the interview, because my book is everything that I put on YouTube since the start of the police harassment at DeSoto and Hart. But instead, nobody cares. They don't pay attention. They think I'm cuckoo and loony and that I'm probably disabled, or that I have a mental problem. If I do have a mental problem, your society gave it to me. I didn't have a mental problem before. So you have made me even more disabled than anyone in this country could ever be, whether they're in a wheelchair or whether they're mentally challenged or whether they suffer from Down syndrome. It doesn't matter. My damage has been the most. And I've had to watch everything I worked for be taken from me. Not destroyed like there's been a fire up here. 400 acres got burnt. It's called, they call it the volcano fire because it's on a street called Volcano Avenue or something like that. And one family lost everything that they've lived for more than 23 years or something like that. And here I lost everything I worked for 30 years. It wasn't taken by a fire. It wasn't taken by a hurricane, an earthquake, a tornado, or a sinkhole, like what happened in Taiwan just yesterday. No, none of that. It wasn't a natural disaster. You know what took my life? Your society. And now, it looks like my video has stopped at 7:50. I have no idea why it stopped. It's still recording. At least I'm trying to save what's going on here. So my guess is someone is interfering with my broadcast. They are messing with my broadcast. Yes, they are. I can't get the machine to respond, and I see the big hourglass, and that means that it's saying Chrome Google is not responding. Why is that? Why is my Chrome Google not responding? What the damn hell is going on? All right, so it says here that 9:27, so you're going to get an interruption of some kind. I don't know what happened here. So it must be that maybe the government is finally realizing that too many people know about me already, more than 8,000 people. It behooves you to stop harassing me through YouTube or any other place, because you're only proving and making a bigger case against you if this ever goes to court and the federal government, state, and local governments are sued out the kazoo for doing me damage. For doing the kind of damage they've done to me for decades. Like I said, I haven't lost my stuff from a hurricane, a tornado, or any natural disaster. This was done by people. Greedy, selfish, self-centered, egotistical people whose only purpose in life is making other people's life miserable and using the law to do it. They call it using the color of law. Of course, at the federal level, using the color of law against a fellow citizen is punishable, I think, by 5 years and so many $100,000 and jail term. I don't know. I can't remember. I had it written on a piece of paper once. I had it Xeroxed, and I don't know where all my papers are because my cars, my trucks, my boats, everything that I owned has been taken from me. And not even the decency to offer me a free ride out of this crappy country because you've murdered my life. And the reason they won't even do that, they want to see me die, they don't want to kill me right off the bat, because they see me as an idiot servant. At least that's how they're going to say, oh, well, no, in secret doors, behind closed doors, this guy's like an idiot servant, so you can't kill him, so we've got to keep him alive so we can rip off whatever he says that might be really bright and intelligent, and it's an idea that we can use. Oh, yeah, trust me, these people at the highest levels, they do this all the time. And if the leaders don't know about it, the people down below keep it secret and never tell the leader, so that the leader has a plausible denial. They can go, oh, I didn't know about that. I didn't know Caesar has challenged me 12 times to a presidential debate. Of course they're going to say that. And the media, of course, not doing any of my stories because they are controlled. They are bought and paid for. I don't care what the media says. They're so full of crap, it's not even funny. They don't have a rectum. That's why they're full of it. So I don't call people, that word a-holes. If I call someone rectumless, it's because that means they're full of you-know-what. And there's a lot of rectumless people on the planet, as well as, especially here in the United States. Tons of rectumless people. They can't go to the bathroom. They never have been able to. So they can't get rid of their waste because they're full of it. And that's what they're full of. They're full of waste. So, I don't know what happened at 7 minutes. The video jumped. My guess is there, I don't have a chance. I don't have a snowball's chance in hell to recover or make anything out of my life because they have destroyed my life. And everybody had a part in it. Everybody. Just like everybody has a part in paying taxes and killing innocent men, women, and children. Don't look at me about paying taxes. I've never paid taxes. I never filed a tax form, and I never will, because that's how much I hate the evil United States of America. I was on to them when I was a kid during the Vietnam War. And my older twin, who I didn't know at the time, was on to them when he was, I don't know, he was in his 20s. I think they were trying to draft him. But anyway, so the story he tells me. Anyway, so I have built a case against the United States of America, all 50 states, and especially California, who's first and foremost at being responsible for destroying my life. And anything that I did get of help from California was just a form of torture, to keep me alive so they could torture me some more and use the evil, unfair laws against me to hurt me. Do I have a victim mentality? No. I don't have a victim mentality. Usually victim mentalities, the person that has a victim mentality created the victimization for themselves. I did not create the victimization for myself. It was created for me by them interfering in my life. And still, I should have the freedom to operate and do any kind of research or test that I want to, because partially I'm a scientist. That's what I do. I'm a builder, a musician, a quantum physicist expert, a chaos physicist expert, a DNA expert. If you want to call it a biological expert, that's fine. I have an awareness profile and many varied occupations that would astound people's minds. You don't know whether a person really knows what they're talking about until you sit down and talk with them. One reporter said about me many, many years ago, said, you know, shoot the breeze with, you think a person's nuts, shoot the breeze with them a while and they don't sound so nutty anymore. And that's why the government cuts into my videos. That's why they purposely block and interfere with my videos, because they're the evil ones, and the ones that are working for them. Even the employees that are at the lower levels that have to follow orders are just as evil as the people above them. So they're all birds of a feather flock together. They're all in it together. And it doesn't matter how much they give to charity or churches or how much good they do. Whatever good they've ever done is undone by the evil they do to people like me. Like the Harris videos. I did that. Hey, Miss Harris, Attorney General of California, why didn't your news reports talk about retroactive pay out of that $18 billion that has damaged me and all the other people? Oh, no, man. You know, this guy keeps up with current affairs. Caesar keeps up, and, man, he immediately thinks defensive and defending people that have been ostracized, people who have been destroyed, people who they've taken their life away from them, years of murder against them over and over and over again. And many of those people don't drink, don't smoke, don't do drugs, but boy, you just can't get enough of it. You can't get enough because the media will never pay attention to these people. You can't get enough of hurting these people. And that's all your society does. And when a society gets to that point, good point, fact. This morning it was in the paper, Los Angeles Times. Obama has spent more time in Ohio than any other state. Really? Mr. Ohio, this is a message to the state of Ohio. You know, Obama preferences the middle class and is only there to get your votes because the middle class doesn't care about the homeless. The middle class doesn't care about the fact that at one time some of those middle class may have been homeless, and they had to work hard to get to where they are. Now they're expected to vote for a guy that is not representing the whole United States of America. A president is supposed to care about everybody. That's why they're president. And if you show any favoritism towards any class or group, then you are just as evil as all the evil that is going on. So for him to say, oh, the middle class, oh, well, we have to pay attention to them. What? Oh, yeah, that's what he does. He pays attention only to the middle class. People like us, we get destroyed. Oh, okay, fudge. All right. I had to hold his head because, you know, it wasn't shaking his head. I had to hold his head because he really gets upset when he gets woken up by news like that. So anyway, it's almost 18 minutes. I don't know how bad this video is going to come out or whether it's even going to upload, but I'm going to try.